This video was made possible thanks to the EA Game Changers program. Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So this speed build is a very exciting one because it's the first build that we're doing with the new Paranormal stuff pack. So in case you guys didn't know, this stuff pack is the latest one for The Sims 4 and it comes out on the 26th of January. So in just a few days you'll be able to buy this pack and get your hands on everything in it. But yeah, so basically it's a paranormal stuff pack. It's literally exactly what the name says. It's a paranormal stuff pack. It focuses around things like having your Sims perform seances to commune with like ghosts and spirits, and it adds a brand new lot type to the game. So it adds the haunted house residential lot type to the game, which means that the house or like the lot will have a bunch of really creepy things happening in it, like, you know, random artifacts appearing that are haunted, random sounds, the lights will start to flicker every now and then, and yeah, there will appear a bunch of really weird like things like in the garden, in the house, really creepy ass dolls will show up, and just a bunch of really fun and kind of creepy things will happen if you have this lot trait or like this lot type on. So yeah, that's basically what this pack is about. It's about like the occult, it's about creepy paranormal ghosties and specters and all of that kind of fun stuff. And it also adds Bonehilda back into the game, which is the skeleton maid that we had in The Sims 2, The Sims 3, and I can't remember if we had her in like The Sims 1. I haven't played that in like a decade, so I'm not sure, but I don't know, I could be wrong. I don't think we had her in The Sims 1, but we definitely had her in The Sims 2 and in The Sims 3, and this actually adds her back into the game. But I will be doing a bunch of other videos about this pack, going more in depth into like the gameplay probably. I might do a few like gameplay videos, just explaining some stuff and all of that stuff. So yeah, let me know if that's something that you would be interested in seeing. But back to this build that we're working on right now. You guys might have been able to tell that it kind of looks like the furthest thing from a haunted house that you could probably ever get, because it really doesn't fit with the like stereotypical thing that you think about when you think, you know, haunted house. It's very pink. It's like obnoxiously pink. I actually gave myself a headache while I was building this, looking at all of this pink, because it was just awful. I'm building this house kind of as a joke, because I recently, in the week when I was looking for Victorian house like inspiration pictures for this specific pack, I came across this build that I will put up on the screen, and that's just the build that kind of loosely inspired the exterior, and I kind of based a little bit of the floor plan off of it as well. But yeah, so I came across this build and it was the tackiest, most eyesore of a build that I have seen in a very long time. Now, I'm sorry if you like pink and you like this build, but personally, I'm not the biggest fan of pink, especially not a bright hot pink on a bloody house. So yeah, I saw it and I decided that it was just too tacky and too ugly not to build it. So yeah, we're building a very pink house that I have titled Grandma Barbie's Haunted House, because when I see pink, especially this amount of pink, I immediately think Barbie. And the overall like item style, like the art style, not the art style, but like the, yeah, basically like the art style or whatever, like the overall style that they went for the objects in this pack, I've seen it described as like art deco. I'm not super familiar with different like period styles or anything like that, so I could be totally wrong, but it kind of gives me like 70s, 60s hippie kind of vibes for some reason. So yeah, that's why I thought Grandma Barbie. So either like older Barbie, like she's a grandmother, or maybe her grandmother lives here and she's not your like typical Barbie rainbows and unicorns, but she's really into the occult. She's really into doing seances, and I'm in my head she's probably like a medium or a fortune teller or something like that, and she actually has a seance room in this house. Right off of the kitchen there's this really nice open airy room that I put the new seance table in, and that she can use to commune with spirits and all of that fun stuff. Now, the interior of this house it's not super pink, it's not as pink and obnoxious as the exterior is, but it's still very colorful. I did go all out with color in this build because most of the items actually do have a solid black and a solid white swatch, which is something I'm super grateful for. And most of them even have some like wood swatches that actually match each other, which is great. There are a few items like the desk that you will see me putting in the like master bedroom that doesn't have a really nice wood swatch for some reason, which is a really like sore point for me because most of the other objects do have some nice wood swatches. Just the desk doesn't, and I don't think the sideboard like cabinet thing that I end up putting in the kitchen has some nice wood swatches either, which is really weird and just so annoying how they do that. How a lot of the times the swatches are very inconsistent, which is just a whole nother thing. But yeah, so basically we've moved on to the interior of this house. You only see me furnishing one of the bathrooms. There is actually 2.5 bathrooms, so this is the master one. Then we have a Jack and Jill bathroom that's shared by the other 2 bedrooms, and then downstairs there's a half bathroom for like guests or whatever. But yeah, this is a 3-bedroom 2.5 bathroom house, and it's on a 30 by 20 lot, and I actually can't remember how much it costs, and I didn't write it down either. But if you look in the description, I will have down there, like I do with all of my videos, I will have the lot size, the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, as well as the price of the lot. I will have that linked, like listed down below. And I'll also have the download link to the online gallery website down there. It is up on the gallery. You can find it by searching for my gallery ID, which is ChrissieYT, or by searching for hashtag ChrissieYT. And even though this is up on the gallery, if you add it to your library, it will be completely fine, even if you obviously don't have the pack yet because it's not out. But as soon as the pack is out for you and you have the pack, you can go ahead and place it down and it will be totally fine. You'll have everything. Just make sure to turn on move objects. And then I didn't restrict my pack usage for this either. So yeah, I did use quite a few other packs. I think the main packs that I used was Parenthood for the kitchen. Like most of the kitchen is just Parenthood. And then I know I used a bunch of Realm of Magic, Vampires, and Cats and Dogs. I think I used a lot from that pack as well. But yeah, where was I? I was saying something about the interior of this house, and then I got totally off topic and I forgot what I was talking about. So anyway, continuing on, the interior of this house is very bright. It's very colorful. You'll have seen that I tried messing around with the colors of the kitchen cabinets forever. I cut out like a solid 2 minutes of sped up footage of me just playing around with colors because I wanted it to be gray, and then I wanted this blue color because I think this like darkish blue really looks very nice with all of the pink. But then that was too monochrome for me, so I ended up going for that really like reddish wood, which I actually quite like. I ended up using that wood like tone throughout the rest of the house as well, so that's really nice. So a lot of like the wood colors in the house are either that reddish wood, a gray, or like this darkish pale blue kind of color. But yeah, you'll see that this house is very like, it's not very run down. There are quite a few like holes and stuff in the walls and a few cobwebs here and there. And it's very much furnished to what in my head I would think of as grandma chic, basically. So the whole pack, like I said, I think it's supposed to be Art Deco style, but I'm not exactly sure about that. I could be totally wrong. But it definitely gives me like 70s hippie kind of vibes. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with the colors because, like I said, a lot of the items really come in a bunch of very fun, bright swatches, which is kind of weird considering that the rest of the pack is quite creepy. The gameplay and especially the audio that comes with this pack is very creepy. Like, I seriously freaked myself out when I was playtesting this build. So yeah, it's kind of creepy. So it's kind of like the exact opposite of this like bright fun colors that all of the furniture comes in. But I kind of like that. It kind of adds its own like Sims touch to it. So it's not like a horror game. It's still The Sims and it's still fun and quirky. So yeah, I love that aspect of it. But yeah, you will see me go like ham with all of the like more older furniture styles and furniture items and all of the colors. I think on the interior of this house, I used obviously white and grey to just balance it out a tiny bit. But I used pink, I used this like deep mauve kind of color, I used blue, light blue and dark blue. Obviously like the grey and the whites. I end up using some yellow in one of the upstairs bedrooms, and yeah, it's just, there's a lot of colors basically. I had a lot of fun just trying to make this house as weird and quirky as I possibly could without making it look absolutely ridiculous. Because I could have done that. I could have made it look completely ridiculous, but I did want to make it look kind of like something that you might actually want to play in. So yeah, I hope I achieved that. I hope you guys like how this build turned out. I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I can't wait to do more builds with this pack. But yeah, it took me forever to try and decide, you know, what's the right amount of weird and quirky and brightness that I wanted to add. So yeah, it took me quite a while to figure that out. So yeah, the downstairs is just a hodgepodge of colors. The upstairs, the 3 bedrooms do each have their like own color scheme kind of. So the master bedroom is more of this like dark reddish kind of wood and a little bit more reds, dark pinks, stuff like that. Then there's a guest bedroom that's very blue. There's a ton of like blue items and the wallpaper is blue. This new wallpaper that we actually got with this pack actually has some really, really nice colors, and I can't wait to use some of the more darker colors in another build. So yeah, that's something that I'm really looking forward to. And this wooden flooring that we also got, it's just fantastic. I love it. But yeah, so we have the 2 like big bedrooms that both have double beds in them, obviously. And then we have a nursery. So the nursery is the smallest room in the house. It has bright, like almost fluorescent yellow wallpaper. And yeah, it's also the most run down room in the house, and I was legitimately like freaking myself out whilst I was building it, because keep in mind I was building this house at like 4 a.m. in the morning because I've had early access for since last night. Yeah, basically kind of, for me it's like last night. But anyway, I was basically pulling an all-nighter working on this build and just checking out the pack and all of that stuff. So I was building this house at like 3 a.m, 4 a.m. in the morning. So when I came to furnishing the like nursery, I really dug deep to try and make it as creepy as I could possibly think to make it. So yeah, it has an empty bassinet in there. It's actually the bassinet that came with, I think, Realm of Magic. So it's like the really fancy, almost Victorian looking one. It has an empty bassinet, and then it has a rocking chair, a stuffed animal, and a bunch of really weird things that you will see once we get to it, because I wanted to make it look like maybe this house, maybe the sim that lives in this house, maybe she did have a baby at some point, and it's just not here anymore. I'm going to like steal little Simsy's like one of her backstories for a very similar room and say that a tornado carried the baby away or something like that. Think Dorothy and the Wicked Witch of the West or something. So yeah, the baby is just not here anymore. You can come up with whatever, you know, scenario you think, you know, of why the baby isn't here anymore. But yeah, there's no baby. There's no baby anymore, but the room looks very haunted. And you'll see that more once we actually get to it, because there's a bunch of cobwebs, kind of like the sim that lives here just doesn't go into that room like at all anymore. And yeah, there's a bunch of cobwebs, there's some freaky things on the floor that you will see. And there's some really creepy gnomes as well, and some weird dolls, and yeah, it's just overall very creepy because I also added some of the vampires like scratches to the walls and to the doors on the interior, kind of like something was trying to get out of the room. Like, yeah, it's very creepy, and I freaked myself out building it, and I'm freaking myself out right now just thinking about it again. So yeah, that was fun. We've moved on to that room. As you will see, we have a very creepy seance circle in the middle of the floor, and just a bunch of random fun things. I end up adding a bunch of candles, so the room is very dimly lit. You'll actually see that in the screenshots at the end, because I do have screenshots of every single room and all of that stuff at the end of the video. So yeah, definitely stick around for that. I had a lot of fun with this build. I had a lot of fun just making the build very cutesy and unassuming from the exterior, and then you get inside and it's not super creepy. I mean, it's not super creepy looking, most of the house, you know, apart from this creepy ass bedroom, but it's still a little bit more run down. And then when you look at the lot traits that I actually ended up giving it, so yeah, not only is this house a haunted lot residential that came with the new pack, I also gave it 3 lot traits. So I gave it the cursed lot traits, I gave it the gremlins lot trait, and the creepy crawlies lot trait, which basically means the cursed one means that things will go wrong more often. The gremlins basically mean that things will break during the night, kind of like little gremlins are going around breaking all of your appliances. And then the creepy crawlies means that there's like random spiders and stuff that will actually attack your Sims. So yeah, it's not a very fun place to live. I would not want to live here in a million years. But it would make for some fun and very like cursed gameplay if you want to torture your Sims for whatever reason. I mean, I know I like doing that sometimes, so you know, we have a very fun cursed lot for you to play with. But I hope you guys like how this build turned out. I mean, it's definitely a little bit weird. Definitely a little bit like different from what I normally do, and like I said, it is meant to be kind of a joke build if I'm being completely honest. But I had a lot of fun with it. I'm having a lot of fun just building with the new pack, so I can't wait to do more with it. If you have any like build suggestions that you would like to see, or like gameplay video suggestions, definitely let me know in the comments. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give the video a like, and if you're new to the channel and you'd like to see some more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and remember to turn on notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. I also just want to say that we recently, actually last night, we hit 4,000 subscribers here on the channel, and I'm honestly so thankful for that. It's such a like mind-boggling number for me. It's like a really big number if you think about it, but yeah, thank you guys so much for that. I promise I will thank you a little bit better in another video when I have more time. But yeah, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate every single one of you that sticks around and that watches my videos, and you know, that shares my videos with your friends and everything like that, that leaves me comments. They always make my day. So yeah, thank you so much for that. I hope you enjoyed this build, and like I said, leave any comments or suggestions that you have down in the comment section, and I will talk to you on my very next video. Bye everyone.